Oh, welcome back to the Matrix. And it's the Matrix. You are the Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today we got ourselves a banger. Daily market news analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Make sure to spam that like button, hitting that share so other people can spam that like one. We got a quick one. We're going to go over the market real quick, do some lightning rounds on some questions. I got to go pick up my brother. I guess he hit his head doing jiu-jitsu and can't drive home, so I got to go pick him up. So we'll do a quick live stream here. He just called me, so it's going to be a quick one. As the time of recording, Bitcoin currently sitting at $88,000. We've been talking about a relief rally. Seems like that's what we're getting. Okay, the RSI has gotten extremely oversold here with a cross to the upside. That's pretty typical. Even if you're going to tell me that, hey, we're in a bear market, sure, I'll buy it. But even so, you had a rally along the way of 50+%. I'm predicting a 20% plus rally. Which would take you to about $97,000. Really, I think we're going to go to about $107,000, and then it's going to be decision time. Are the bulls going to take back control? Was this a giant bear trap, and the bulls are going to take back control, or are we going to roll back over? But I'm going to be basically looking for longs all the way back up till 100+ K. And then I'm going to be looking for bearish divergences and rolling back over and looking for shorts. That's pretty much my game plan. I do have a scenario outlined. If this is a bear trap, in my opinion, it's going to look like the C19, and this is what it's going to look like for Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance continuing to look crazy weak, continuing to put in lower lows. We took out the low over here. So this is now consecutive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lower lows plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lower highs. So clear downtrend, which is in a macro downtrend for Bitcoin dominance. We've talked about Ethereum, how I think it looks a lot stronger than Bitcoin comparatively to where it was at back in April. So here's the April low for Ethereum. Here's where we're at right now. And if we compare that to, Bitcoin, let's turn this off. I guess. One sec. If we compare this to Bitcoin, we are way stronger right now than where we were. So on the top is Ethereum, on the bottom is Bitcoin. We basically got to our April lows for Bitcoin from low to low was an 8% difference. But when we look at Ethereum from low to low of April was, a 25% difference. And, from low to where we're at right now, Ethereum looks way stronger than Bitcoin from a structural standpoint and from a price action standpoint. And I think we're seeing that in, the dominance really continuing to roll over. Speaking of rolling over, DXY has gotten overbought and with a cross to the downside. Really good there. On the 5-hour chart and on the daily, it's still pretty neutral. We really need to take out this 98% to say like, hey, we're continuing to roll over here. The one thing I'm keeping my eye on right now is the Russell has been rallying. We've had a cross to the upside, and we've gotten all the way here to the 702. This is going to be a big decision here. And the big question is, are we going to get rejected off the 702? It's pretty insane how quickly we've gotten here and how much violence we've had. Are we going to get rejected off of here and roll over? That would be bearish. Or are we going to blast through this 702? This is the decider. Make no mistake about it. If we blast through it and then put in a new high, that is going to be bullish not only for the stock market but for crypto as well. And that would go right back into my original thesis before I had to shave my beard. And I've said, like, I do think that the structure of what I was saying was correct. The number that I picked was wrong. I don't want to give anyone hopium. I don't want to do any of that. But these are the things that I'm looking for. These are the things that I've been looking for. And they're, I was kind of bearish after I had to shave my beard. But my God, did everyone get bear trapped here? Was this one of the craziest bear traps in history? I'm open-minded to the possibility. Admittedly, when Bitcoin gets back to 100K, which I think is it's going to go, I'm going to start probably being bearish. But this is what it is. If we start making all-time highs on the Russell, like, I am not bearish. I am not bearish if the Russell blasts through this 702. 100%, 100%. Solnick looking great today. Solnick is my top 100x play. Period. I just bought a little bit more today as well. I've been DCAing every single day, and I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to buy $1,000 worth of Solnick every single month, plus 20% of all of I earn. So that is my game plan for Solnick. Just for me personally, $1,000 worth every single month, plus 20% all of I earn, until we make a new all-time high. He says looking good. I haven't even looked at the chart today. Starting to get a rally off of the spring here. Yeah, we put in a higher high here and a higher low. Cross the upside on the 5-hour. Extremely oversold on the daily with a cross to the upside. Yeah, I would agree. This does look good. Sup. By the end of the month, because that's the max paying price for derivatives. Some real smoke to the fire too, I'll say, is on last Friday we had a record volume day. So there's real smoke to this fire of this rally here. And what do I mean by that is, like, when you have, record dollars buying and selling, record amounts of volume on Friday, that tells you that people are buying at this level. What is the level? $80,000. We had the highest recorded ETF day ever at $80,000. So what does that say? That tells us that buyers are stepping in at that number. That doesn't necessarily mean that the bottom is in, but it means that, that's the level where buyers are stepping in. The Russell to me is the most encouraging thing about this. Like, that kind of, like, when we started, let's go over here. When we started looking like this, like, take out the last couple of days, this is the picture that it looked like. I was like, okay, well, that's not good. We took out this key level here, but man, like, that, we have just regained it immediately. So this week is going to be massive for the Russell. Massive. I would say, like, the next, I'm interested to see how the weekly is going to close too. Man, that's crazy. Like, the next 7 days, I think we're going to get our decision here. Is this going to be a breakout, or is this going to be a rollover? If we break out, my God, what a epic bear trap this will be. What an epic bear trap this will be. I've said all along, this is one of the main things that I'm looking for. And my God, if that's how it plays out, it's going to be insane. It will be absolutely insane. The big thing too, the CME, I keep saying CME, the Fed Watch now has it 84% that we're going to get rate cuts. So that's 14 days away. My prediction is we're going to rally into the rate cuts, and then we'll see from there. That's what I think is going to happen. So I do think that we'll probably get back to, like Jay said, back to You think Epstein created Bitcoin? I don't care. I've heard the CIA. I've heard Putin. I've heard Epstein. I've heard Trump. I don't care. I don't care who created it. It doesn't matter who created the wheel. Who created the first cell phone? Like, does anybody care? I don't care. That is noise and nonsense to distract you um, from what's really happening here. Why did you shave? Because I lost my bet, and I'm a man of my word, Jay. So I bet that Bitcoin would not go below $95,000, and when we were at 126, and I said I would shave my beard if we did. That was my first beard bet that I've made that I was wrong. So I bet my beard 10 times over my career, and that is the first one that I had to pay my debts. And listen, the second that it was confirmed would be wrong, I paid my debts. And I still stand by my track record. 10 for 11, still pretty damn good. The prophet sends his regards. All right. Bitcoin is going down 30K, bro. JP Morgan is shorting MicroStrategy. Okay. That's MicroStrategy. That's not Bitcoin. I understand that they're tied. But, if you're asking me who do I believe in more, who do I think will survive that war, take my bias out of it. Like, JP Morgan and Wells Fargo is the nastiest company that exists, and I pray that they die. Like, the nastiest, the worst bank. So I implore you, if you have a Wells Fargo account, close your account. Vote with your dollars, and I promise you stuff will change. So if you're asking me, like, who do I think, who do I hope wins, take crypto out of it, take my analysis out of it, I pray that they burn. The nastiest, most foul company that exists, that predatorily preys on poor people. There is no more vile company than Wells Fargo. So I pray that they get burned. That's what I hope. And I don't pray on anyone's downfall, but I am praying that they lose that one. This is going to be a quick live stream, guys. I gotta can I put H bar on Ledger? You can. I gotta go pick up my brother. So I just wanted to come on here though, real quick. We'll do like 15 minutes of rapid fire questions here. So spam them in the chat, and let's try to answer as many questions and add as much value as I can. Can you put H bar on Ledger? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I have a video on it. You could look up your boy Ski, H bar, Ledger. I have a full video on how to do that. Thoughts on ICP? I like ICP here. It's kind of at the border here. It's on the spring list. There's a whole list of coins that have done a spring. I want to see it reclaim $4 here, which it's at. So as long as we can close the week about where we're at right now, I feel that this is a confirmed spring for ICP. 1010. Violently reclaim it, back test it. This is a good value right here. So, but the caveat is, like, I want to see it hold this level. It slightly got below it. That's okay. But from a structural standpoint, I don't want to see it like start really losing it. That would invalidate this. But as long as we bounce off of here, we hold here, this is a good place. ETH. I think ETH's going to rally pretty hard. Do you think liquidity sweep down to 80K was the local bottom? Yeah, I do. I do. That doesn't mean it's going to be the bottom, but I think we're going to rally to 100K minimum before rolling over. Probably, if you count where, 21 days, 28 days, if you count where when we got to 80K, I think, what was that, last Friday? So probably minimum 3 weeks. You think we see Bitcoin 70s before all-time high? Possible. The biggest thing that I'm keeping my eyes on, that's not out of the question. I think that that's definitely on the board. I'll give you my two scenarios that I have here, and I'm going to show you what is the biggest thing that I'm keeping my eyes on. So here is like the V bottom scenario. If this is just a bear trap, this is the C19. This is what it's going to look like. This would say no. This is what I think a proper bear market's going to look like. And this would have us going back to about 110, back down to 75, back up to 100, back down to 72. So this one is definitely, that's like my base case. But the thing that's changed in the last couple of days that has me like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. That makes me cautiously excited, and we're going to know for sure this time next week. When I come back from Thanksgiving on Tuesday and I do a live stream, we're going to know, what does the Russell do between now and then? If we break through this level right now, 245, and start, getting all-time highs, like that's a strong indication that everything that just happened was a nasty bear trap. If we roll over, then I would say that that's bearish, and we're going to, do the accumulation of what I just talked about. Buy gold. I've sold 40% of my gold at $4,400. That call has been good, on the money. Here you go. I have the tweet over here. I don't expect a pen drop, but I think gold, I've never seen gold this overbought ever on the weekly chart. On the monthly chart. It's the most overbought gold has been on the monthly chart since 1979. We might go higher for gold, sure. I'm telling you now, the relative top for gold is in. I am not buying gold, I can assure you. If your Santa rally is definitely on the table, DCA at 74. If we're lucky, blessed, and highly favored, if this is not a bear trap, then yes, I feel very good at DCAing at anything under 80K. You think we're headed to a 95 or another dip before that? No, I think that we're relatively going to rally into the rate cuts, probably above 95. Even if we're going to go to 70K, I think that the first thing is 100K. Go Bills. Are they playing? Was it extremely huge mistake not to sell ICP at $9? I think, I don't want to say a huge mistake, because relatively, 5 years from now, I think it's going to perform better than that. But anytime you double, triple your money, I think it's always a good idea to take profit. So I'm not going to say like the biggest mistake of your life, but it's good practice to take profit if you double, triple your money. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right, guys. Sorry that this is such a quick one. I got to go pick up my brother. I'll be live in the morning before I head out for Thanksgiving. I'll have my camera. I'll have all that stuff. But I'm going to be in Ohio through Thanksgiving. I'm definitely not going to be live on Thanksgiving. What else? I will. So I'm not going to be live on Thanksgiving. The live streams over the weekend are going to be sporadic. I will be back on Monday, and we will be live Monday evening. But throughout the weekend, it's going to be sporadic. I'm going to live stream in the morning before I leave. Give you guys my thoughts on the markets. And I'm not going to be live on Thursday. I might do a quick live on Friday, Saturday, depending on how the Ohio State-Michigan game goes. We'll probably be live Sunday, probably not. And then Monday I'll be live. I'll be back down in Ohio. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this time, guys. Sorry for the quick live. I got to go pick up my brother. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless.